Hello everyone, hello! Welcome back to another stream with me. My name is Lucas and I will be your pilot flying today. We have another stream today on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 with the Fly-by-Wire A2nx Experimental Mod. Here we are on the ground in Atlanta where we are loaded up, ready to go. And I've worked on the introduction timing, guys. I know that it's been a work in progress up until this point, this being my fourth stream, and the first three were not the greatest. I will definitely agree with you guys with that one. We've had sound issues, we've had the FlyLive Overlay issues, we've had all kinds of issues. It's been kind of boring at times, and at other times there's been quite a lot of ATC where it's hard for me to get a word in otherwise. I've turned myself up a little bit on this stream, so hopefully I'm a little bit louder. It's actually not quite at the volume I hope it would be, so we'll try that. If anyone does show up, you can let me know how it goes. We'll have ATC at a good level. Well, hopefully it's not too invasive. I found it was super invasive last time, so I will keep that a little bit lower for you guys. Today we're flying from Atlanta over to Montreal. We've got some ATC on the ground here in Atlanta. We've got some ATC en route, and we've got our old friend Captain Nabs at Montreal Center. So hopefully he's still online by the time we get there. We have a flight time. Sorry, let me just get this here. Expected flight time is 1 hour and 58 minutes, so it should be a good flight. Hopefully you guys stay with me. So let's jump into the flight deck here and get ready to go. So as always, guys, this is just a simulator. It's not for any real-world purposes, and I am not a real-world pilot. I'm a sim pilot. That is, for now, as far as my expertise will go. And this isn't going to be any sort of instructional video. I've mentioned that before. One of these days, I may get around to doing a bit of an instructional video to help some of you guys out who are looking to learn how to fly the Fly-by-Wire A320. In the meantime, I will just go as real ops as I can, just go through the flows, and if you are looking to learn, follow along, and I can help you set it up, get it going. There we go. Sometimes when you connect from Simbrief on the main dashboard, it takes a few clicks. So next we'll go over to the dispatch page, make sure our operational fuel plan, flight plan is there, and the block fuel we're expecting is 10689. So go ahead, 10689, and it looks like it didn't spawn in the right amount of fuel. I did change the weights. As always, anyone who's watched my stream knows that I do try and set up the airplane with about 18 to 21% fuel, which is more in the 3,200 to 4,000 kilogram range. That way it's more realistic. It doesn't load in with 9,000 kilograms of fuel, and the fuel load is a little more realistic. So 2 minutes, we'll go ahead and start that. It's not much. It is refueling this time. Usually we get a defueling when we leave it at the Asobo's default, which is about 50%, I believe. Let me just go ahead and get the checklist out to make sure we're good. Set up the joystick. Follows neutral, start as normal. Let's go ahead and get the jetway and external power into the aircraft. Do we not have a jet bridge? Okay, well, here in Atlanta, everybody, it looks like if you are wanting to board the aircraft, you're going to come out of this passengerway right here, walk down, and you're going to jump onto the aircraft. It doesn't seem to be any stairs around either, so that's okay. This seems to be, I think this is the second stream we've had, guys, where we haven't had a jetway. So, second time that there's no passengers on board the aircraft, that's alright. They'll get on just fine. We've got the batteries on, the external truck is connected, so let's hit the external power. And let's get some light in the cabin. Turn on the crew supply and ground control, and we'll wait for the beeps. The aircraft sort itself up. Let's double check we're in V-Pilot, Air Canada 1013 or 1013 today. And we have our flight plan in there as well. It's going to be a bit of a night flight again, guys. I'm sorry, we'll get a day flight in here one of these days. It's just more convenient for me with the people at home and the timing to do flights in the evening. So we've got some lights in the aircraft, some illumination, and the aircraft seems to have sorted itself out a little bit. So let's go ahead and get the gears aligning, get the show on the road. So big news today, guys. What we do have in store, and I did promise it, and I'll bring it over, is self-loading cargo. I mentioned we were going to get it, and it's been a little while, but here we are. So we've got it all pulled in from Simbrief, so we're going to start our flight. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, there it is. 167 passengers at the gate, and I'm still sort of sorting this out. So we're going to go ahead and get ready for boarding. The doors closed. Click to open. Let's open the doors. And we've got some cabin music, which is great. Hopefully you guys can hear that. And just a little bit of background noise, so you don't have to listen to my voice. Let's go ahead and tell the cabin we're ready for boarding.
Hi cabin crew, we're ready to get going now, so as soon as you're ready you can open the doors and start letting the passengers on board. Thank you.
Isn't that great, guys? This all comes with self-loading cargo, all these voice features.
No problem.
It's quite wonderful for me. It increases the immersion, and yeah, we've got to take care of passengers. We have satisfaction rating. We'll have an aircraft layout. There it is. 167 passengers on board today. Total fuel weight, or total passenger weight, 17,368 kilograms. Let's go ahead and continue with the startup. Just set the temperature in the front cockpit here, a little bit lower in the aft cabin, forward cabin. Test the APU, we're going to need that shortly. I'm just going to move self-loading cargo off here to the side. Alright, the APU seems to be working. Comms, we do have Atlanta Tower today, so let me just set that. That's going to be 1-1. Sorry, still remembering my cameras. It's been, there it is, a little while. Actually, I haven't flown with you guys since the last stream. That's, it's been about 2 weeks. Actually, I might have lied. I might have had one flight in there, and I think I had a second, and then there was a crash to desktop, unfortunately. So I'm not really that one. So I've had about only one flight, and it's been a busy work week. Some other games we've been playing, which is a question we were actually asked on the stream. What other games do we play? We've been playing Valheim lately, and that's pretty interesting. We'll talk about that another time. Maybe in the future we'll see some other games on the stream, but for now it's just going to be Flight Simulator. Alrighty here, so we're at the MCDU menu, so we're going to go ahead and get that set up. Go to the ATL-CYUL menu, and I hope the weights and balances are set up. I did try and do that, but it did seem like something didn't save there. That might have been my fault. The init press, and we're going to go ahead and pull our init data. And there it is, ATL to Montreal, Atlanta to Montreal. We're going to go back, and we're going to go to the weight and balance, and we're going to check the fuel's the same, 10,689, and we're already there, which is good. Since we're already there, I will double check on this screen because I don't want it to say refueling. There, it's completed. We'll go back to the overhead panel, and we'll flip on the seatbelt sign. We'll make sure in self-loading cargo everybody's happy. We're going to open the door. See, it doesn't want to open the door, which is worrying because I don't think I can connect Jetway. I'm struggling with self-loading cargo here at the moment, guys. Because the Jetway doesn't seem to connect, it won't let me open the door on self-loading cargo. It won't let me load the passengers. Oh, the beauty of new technology. New applications that I'm not sure how to use properly. Just taking a look at the menu options here, guys, to make sure if there's any way I can disable the connection between the gate and the passenger loading. is it's struggling to open the door. So that's not the best of news. I'm not sure if we're going to have self-loading cargo after all today. What I may do real quickly here is change to a gate with jetway. That's a lot of work. This sort of ruined my hopes and dreams for this stream today, unfortunately. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to use self-loading. We managed to sort of get that to work. It's not well. It's fighting with itself. It's opening and closing the door, and every time it seems to manage to get one passenger on board. So we've got 163 to go. So don't mind the door sounds. That's a bit annoying. There always seems to be a struggle with their stream, so I do apologize for another issue. However, that's what's going to happen, I do suppose. So we'll let that sort itself out. At least we'll get the passengers on board this way. It might take a little bit longer, but at least we'll have self-loading cargo, and that is the goal. That's the goal for the stream. Anyway, back to the MCU, and let's get this going. We are going balances, and we do have another passenger imbalance here in the Vatsim A2nx Mod. It's separate from self-loading cargo, but it does have to be zero fuel weight there, 63630. That's perfect. We'll go ahead and put that in. And you can see, having started boarding from the back. There's GPS primary, so it's taking a little longer. To get ready. Already. Atlanta Tower is still there waiting. I haven't heard them. I guess I didn't finish that. 119.1. Let's just check the settings. Let's go ahead and give them a call. I'm not quite ready to call for clearance. Oh, that's right. Stand by. Tower. I'm sure we'll hear them shortly.
Tower? Can anyone else hear tower?
Nope, I cannot.
Alright. Delta 18 Atlanta Tower out of here.
Yeah, I've got you, Delta 18.
FedEx 2445 requesting taxi to the south cargo ramp.
FedEx 45 Atlanta Tower, howdy.
You're cutting out a ton, and I can just barely hear you, General.
So an ATIS info golf available. It looks like
Delta 500 switching to departure.
26 left, 27 right. We are on south side. Departure from 27 right.
FedEx 2445, it'd be nice if you could just send it through chat just to make it easier.
We're going to be running through the transition Smith. So we can go ahead and pull that on the screen here.
Atlanta Tower, Delta 2860.
It's going to be a... Oops.
He's having microphone issues.
It's going to be a 27 right departure.
for Delta 18, I'll move up for you.
FedEx 2445, taxi at sea, cross runway 26 left at Bravo, continue by Bravo, hold short runway 26 right.
Hi, we're just about to set up here, so we're happy for you to close the doors once everyone's on board. Thank
Stand
you.
by, I need to write that down. Cross 26 right, and what was it?
Cross 26 left, continue by Bravo, hold short runway 26 right.
It will be Q67 to HN.
Cross 26 right, and cross 26 left at Bravo.
Okay, great. Momentum.
And cross, and hold short of 26 right for FedEx 2445.
Then we're going to have our arrival into Toronto, Montreal. Sorry, I was originally going to go to Toronto, and then we saw more agency Montreal, so that's why that happened. So our flight plan is started. Secondary flight plan is active. Radio center, radio navigation, pardon me.
Delta Tower, Delta 2860.
Delta 2860, my apologies for the delay, sir. I got your clearance. Let me know when you're ready.
Copy that, standing by Delta 2860.
Delta 2860, you're cleared to the Miami International Airport via the Bangkok departure. Lock transition, then as filed. Maintain 10,000. Expect flight level 35010, MSFS departure. Departure frequency 135.32, squawk 7262. Reback squawk code only.
Say again, the squawk, please, for Delta 2860.
Delta 2860, squawk is 7262.
Copy that, squawk will be 7262 for Delta 2860.
Delta 2860, reback correct. Expect runway 27 right for departure. Push and start at your discretion. Call for taxi.
Copy that, we will call for taxi. Thank you, sir. Delta 2860.
Delta 18, RNAV flaw, runway 27 right. Correction, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
RNAV flaw 26 left.
There we go. So I've managed
Planet
to...
Tower, Skymedics 221. Approaches having communications problems switched over on the Victor loop heading for the Tango Gate.
So that's our NAV page
Looks
done.
like a ground level address, call one more time.
Tango India X-ray 221.
FedEx 02, 21 Land Tower, don't worry, continuing to taxi to the ramp by Echo, have a great night.
Thanks, sir. Taxi to the ramp by Echo. Have a great night.
FedEx 2245 Heavy, cross runway 26 right at Alpha, join Alpha to the ramp soon.
But the this rep is
FedEx 2445, cross runway 26 right at Alpha, then continue on Alpha to the cargo ground for FedEx 2445.
doing its job.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
Welcome to the Heavy on the
Steve. I'm your pilot this evening, along with first
Walker 380 Heavy on Land Tower, 1330 to 13, runway 26 right, code
the rest of the crew will shortly be making their way around the tower. Make sure you're comfortable and ready to get us on our way. We're not actually anticipating any delays, so we should be arriving on time at our destination. The guys on the ground have just finished loading the final bits of luggage into the aircraft, so we should be on our way very shortly. We are just waiting to receive pushback and taxi clearance before we can start moving towards the runway. But if you could help the cabin crew by getting yourself sat comfortably with seatbelts fastened, that would be fantastic. In the meantime, once airborne, we'll be starting our in-flight services. But for now, I'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with us today, and I hope you enjoy the flight. Thank you.
Atlanta Tower, good evening. Charlie 5, R2 Montreal with Golf.
Canada 1015 Atlanta Tower, cleared to the Montreal Airport by the Patch 2 departure. Smith transition, then as file. Maintain a 10,000. Expect flight level 39010, MSFS departure. Departure frequency 135.32 and squawk 7260. Reback squawk code only.
Squawk 7260, Air Canada 10.
Canada 1013, reback correct. Expect runway 26 left for departure. Push and start at your discretion. Call for taxi.
We'll expect 26 left. We should start our discretion contacts and we'll call Air Canada 10. Alright guys, so we got 26 left on 27.
Atlanta Tower, Delta 2860, ready taxi.
Delta 2860, runway 27 right, taxi by Lima, Juliet, Mike, Lima, Charlie.
Lima, Juliet, Mike, Lima, Charlie, Delta 2860.
Delta 18, contact departure, so long.
Thanks for all the help. Over to departure, Delta 18 Heavy.
Bye.
Departure, Delta 18 Heavy, we're 4.4 for 2.
Delta 18, you're still on tower frequency.
Self-loading cargo still seems to be struggling there, but I think I've sorted that out again for the last time. Anyway, we're back to 2.6 left by the Paget 2 transition instrument. We will insert that, we know that will work. We have to go back and clear the dismount. And we'll go back to our performance page. We will set Fox 1 again, just to remind the aircraft that it's on 2.6 left. Check the takeoff data, we will click, and double click. It's the same. Click, double click. And the reason we do that is because those old settings, the old takeoff data that we bring in, when we double click, it will generate a new takeoff data. The runways are the same length. No, they're not 2.6 left, but that's the takeoff data. So that's our ATC clearance. So let's input the squawk code as we were given, which was 7260. Let's lock the cabin door. And we'll check the screen. And we can also check the status of the active air cycle.
Walker 8, 380, welcome to Atlanta, less than April.
Guess it's a little out of date.
Less than April, Walker 380, heavy.
Make sure that you have the correct data charts. This is where we disconnect the
Atlanta Tower, Delta 9968 Heavy. Request IFR to JFK.
And then we will get the departure settings as per the Paget 3.
Delta 9968, Atlanta Tower, good day. You go to the John F. Kennedy International Airport via the Phil 3 departure, Hartwell transition, then as filed. Maintain 10,000. Expect level tree 70, 17 departure. Departure frequency 135.32, squawk 7224, reback squawk code only.
Delta 9968 Heavy, squawk 7224.
Delta 9968 Aviac is correct. Expect runway 27 right for departure, push and set to destination, call for taxi.
We'll expect 27 and push and start as our discretion, call ready taxi.
Walker 380 taxi ramp via, let's do Bravo 4, hold short runway 26 left.
Bravo 4, hold short 26 left, Walker 380.
We're over here in the Charlie concourse, so we'll have a taxi north, somewhere up here. So it's going to be a long taxi.
Canada Towers, American 1798, and the localizer for 27 left, break left.
Let's continue on.
American 1798, Tower wind 220 at 1 tree, runway 27, let's go around.
Clear land 27 left, American 1798.
That's 7974, contact optimistic.
Okay. Show is disconnected, the ground power.
Delta 7974 at Atlanta Tower. Go to the Memphis International Airport via the NASA departure. Check transition, then was filed. Maintain 10,000. Expect level tree 20, 10 MSFS departure. Departure frequency 135.32. Squawk 7226, reback squawk code only. 7226, 7226.
Walk code 7226 and IFR as follows.
Tower Delta 1856, 9 miles out, 26 right.
Delta 1856 Atlanta Tower, is that you calling?
Roger.
Delta 1856 Atlanta Tower, 1 tree, 30 at 1 tree, runway 26 right, go then.
Clear land 26 right, Delta 1856.
Delta 7974, reback is correct. Expect runway 26 left for departure, push set to discussion and call for taxi.
6 left and call for taxi.
We're about ready to go here. Let's just double check self-loading cargo. Ready to push and start. Let's arm the doors.
Cabin crew, arm doors, thank you. Cabin crew, please arm doors.
Tower, this is Second Charlie Mike Zulu Golf with you inbound 180 radial to the VOR of Atlanta at 18 miles.
Echo Charlie Mike Zulu Golf, Atlanta Tower Squawk 7263.
Sorry, can you repeat the squawk code, please? Echo Charlie Mike Zulu Golf.
And Echo Charlie Mike Zulu Golf Squawk is 7263.
7263, Echo Charlie Mike Zulu Golf.
American 1790, left. American 1790, welcome to Atlanta, taxi by Tango, hold short 127 right.
Tango, hold short 127 right, American 1798.
Echo Charlie Mike Zulu Golf, radar contact, 30 miles north of the Atlanta VOR at 4,800, proceed inbound.
Proceed inbound, Echo Charlie Mike Zulu Golf, but my DME is showing up to 16 miles right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the crew, I ask that you direct your attention to the monitors above as we review the emergency procedures.
The tower, Delta 2860 at Lima Charlie, ready to go.
Delta 2860 Atlanta Tower, stand by.
Count the number of rows detected.
Delta 2860 Atlanta Tower, RNF slow 127 right, clear for takeoff.
Partner slow, clear for takeoff 27 right, Delta 2860.
Place the mask over your mouth and nose, like this. Pull the strap to tighten it. If you are traveling with children, make sure that your own mask is on first before helping your children. In the unlikely event of an emergency landing and evacuation, leave your carry-on.
Tower, just for a positive report, I'm just 5 miles out of Kilo Foxtrot Tango Yankee, Echo Charlie Mike Zulu Golf.
Stowed away safely during the flight.
Echo Charlie Mike Zulu Golf, radar contact position as reported.
Safety data card in the seat pocket in front of you. Thank you for your attention. We hope you enjoy the flight.
American 1790, holding short 27 right.
American 1798, roger. American 1856, welcome to Atlanta, left on April.
This is Delta 1856 left on April.
It's left on April, thanks.
We're clear of runway 26 right.
Delta 1856, watching taxi ramp 5 to Victor Loop, we'll see you.
Victor Loop to the ramp, Delta 1856.
Atlanta Tower, Delta 283, heavy request PDC.
Delta 283, heavy expected.
Let's go ahead, make sure the generators are on. Generator 1, 2, so we can turn off the AP1 and the master switch. The start switch will go off by itself. Air controls will come off by itself very rapidly. And no white lights, that's excellent. Set mode C. And turn on to this. Go straight to TR so I don't forget it. Engine mode can be norm. Reset the rudder trim.
Tower Delta 2860, airborne passing 2,000 ahead.
Delta 2860, contact departure 132.9, 135.32, so long.
35.32, things are coming in Delta 2860.
American 1798, cross runway 27 right at Tango, join lane to the ramp, see you.
More or less.
Tango to ramp, cross 27 right, American 1798, thank you very much.
Temperature around is low, 15 degrees. Auto brake max. Spoiler set. Flaps 1 set. So let's just cycle through the lower EQ and get all of these sorted. Typically it takes a few minutes. Draw pressure is good. Fuel flow is good. Temperature set. The boards are closed and armed. We've seen the wheel page. Here's the flight control page. Full up, full down, full left, full right, full left rudder, we've got our radio frequency set. Sorry.
Atlanta
So
Tower, this is Hotel Mike Zulu Golf and 8 miles south of Atlanta Airport, of the Atlanta BOR, sorry.
And Echo Charlie Mike Zulu Golf Ender, right down runway 26 right.
Entering right and wind to runway 26 right, Echo Charlie Mike Zulu Golf.
Atlanta Tower, Endeavor 5127, gate Delta 27 with Golf, request clearance Dayton, please.
Endeavor 5127 on that tower, you cleared to the Daytona Airport via the dispatch to departure. Raft in transition, then as filed. Maintain 10,000. Expect follow tree 101 MSFS departure. Departure frequency 135.32 squawk 7221.
We're squawking 7221, Endeavor 5127.
Yeah, 5127, read that correct. Expect runway 26 left departure, call for taxi. Push the
call for taxi.
Atlanta Tower, giving your command at 1013, south end of ramp 4, ready taxi 26 left.
Air Canada 1013, Atlanta Tower, runway 26 left, taxi via Foxtrot, Echo information, golf current.
26 left, Foxtrot, Echo, information. Guys, we have our taxi clearance, we have golf. We're going to taxi all the way up the ramp here to Foxtrot, a right turn. We're going to follow Foxtrot, which makes a little diagonal over to Echo, and we're going to go to 26 left. It's our taxi briefing. Let's continue now. We have taxi clearance. Let's go ahead and turn on the lights. Taxi lights and the strobe light, then in auto. We will turn off the light, and we'll release the parking brake. And away we go. Guys, let's go to Montreal. It's 19:30, and we are ahead of schedule. So that's a bonus for me, from what I understand. My satisfaction rating seems to have gone up. Guess there's no penalty for being too early, which some everybody that I hear seems to struggle with satisfaction rating.
Tower, this is Echo Charlie Mike Zulu Golf from London, wind to runway 26 right.
So my solution is just to set
And Echo Charlie Mike Zulu Golf, run 33013 tree runway 26 right to the land.
Clear to land, Echo Charlie Mike Zulu Golf.
21:30 Zulu out, and I set departure time for an hour from when I was setting up, and that was 6:50. So it's taking me about 40 minutes to set this up and get rolling. But I set it for 6:50 departure time, or 7:50 departure time. 21:50 departure from 19:50.
Delta 7974, crossing taxi instruction with Golf.
Yeah, I'm 20 minutes ahead of schedule. I have all the passengers on board.
Delta 7974, squawk 7226.
And if I do have to hold somewhere along the way, so that's my solution to self-loading cargo. That's how I'm going to beat this game. Let's see. Ground speed's 14 knots. It's going to be a little bit sporty for the turn, so let's just go ahead and test the brakes. Yep, brakes hit. So we're down to by the time we get to Foxtrot, which we're getting close, so we'll take a look on the right. There doesn't seem to be any aircraft, which is wonderful. We'll take a look on the left. There is no aircraft. These ground cars, unfortunately, not modeled very accurately. They do what they want, they go where they want, and sometimes it seems like they stop for you.
FedEx 13 for on the ground at Atlanta.
I find takeoff roll. Sitting at the end of the runway, start takeoff roll. I'll get you about 100 knots.
FedEx 1304, unfortunately I'm going to be closing here, so you can continue with that when I approach 135.32. Thanks for flying.
Any sort of ground service vehicle, it just starts rolling across the runway right in front of me. Every single time.
Copy that, FedEx 1304 on the 35.
Of course, there's no damage with ground vehicles. Luckily enough, they're not.
Engine lock up, Atlanta Tower is closed. You can continue with LS Center. Personnel and approach on 135.32. Thanks for flying.
Different ground vehicles spawn in.
See ya.
Just for loadings. Fuel truck 1 is actually modeled to come from the fuel area to your airplane, you can call it. So that one does have purpose. However, its drive is not modeled. So I'm sure you're able to cross an active runway without clearance. Certainly on Vatsim without clearance. Yeah, sorry, I cut right into you. I was just caught off guard by this aircraft here. I'm not sure if you guys can see him. He looks like he's just coming in for landing. And what I do enjoy, what I thought I saw was a blinking beacon light. Maybe I was wrong. There's been an issue, there he is there. There's been an issue with lights on aircraft on Vatsim for a while, since Sim Update 5. It's been about 2 or 3 months now, where there's been no AI tracker lighting. And I don't believe there's a mod for it yet. There was an issue with ground lighting that was sorted in Sim Update 6. World Update 6. That was sorted. However, the aircraft lighting, and I think there's also an issue with AI aircraft. If you use air traffic, there's a lot of complaining. I'm not exactly sure what the source are with the issues there. Seems to be in a bit of a tailstorm. He still knows up. It's quite interesting. Not sure what that's about. But anyway, there is no other aircraft lighting, so sometimes it's quite difficult to see an aircraft until it's right in front of you, when it should have all this level lighting around. So we're getting close, so what we're going to do here is I'll just outside the aircraft, I'll ping you now.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
We get the game audio for that, and we'll test the takeoff config. Ecam upper, takeoff, no blue. We are on Echo, and we're coming up to 260 shortly. Departure frequency is... It looks like Atlanta Tower's gone offline. I'm not sure if I missed that, or if he's gone. Atlanta Tower. Looks like Atlanta Tower's gone offline, so we'll switch over to Atlanta Approach.
1 approach. Airfly 141, turn right heading 250, intercept the localizer, descend and maintain 5,000. Airfly 141, did you copy, sir?
Heading 250, altitude 5,000, airport 151.
Join T6 right localizer. I need you to make your transmissions a little bit faster. I got a lot of traffic inbound.
Line approach, Delta 9968, holding short of taxiway Lima, looking for taxi to the active.
Delta 9968 approach, runway 27 right, taxi via Lima, Lima Charlie.
Delta 9968 heavy, taxi via Lima, Lima Charlie to 27 right.
Delta 1221 approach, how do you hear me?
Delta 1221 requests flight to Atlanta International Airport.
That's what we're trying to do, but you're flying the wrong direction, sir. Delta 1221, turn right heading 180, descend and maintain 12,000. 180, 12,000.
Turn right heading 180, descend and maintain 12,000, Delta 1221, thank you.
Delta 1221 expected, right vector is runway 26 right approach, and that's the visual approach, runway 26 right. Delta 2908, runway 26 right, clear to land.
26 right, clear to land, Delta 2908.
Bring 234, runway 27 left, clear to land.
Alright guys, so we're holding short of 260.
Runway 234, runway 27 left, clear to land.
27 left, clear to land, 234.
Airfly 141, turn right heading 300. Do you have the field site?
Turn 330, airport 151.
You have the field in sight, Airfly 141.
Field in sight, airport 151.
That's Airfly 141. Cleared visual approach, runway 26 right. It's the furthest runway to the right. Cleared visual approach, runway 26 right.
Cleared landing 26 right, airport 151.
Negative. You're not clear to land. You're cleared the visual approach. Do whatever you can to get on the final, please.
Land approach, good evening, you're coming to 10:15, demonstrate 26.
Air Can 1013, left approach, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff, RNAV, correction, RNAV 10 pass.
Atlanta Bird, Secretary Max Zulu Golf side request, taxi to parking.
26 left, clear for takeoff, RNAV M pass, Air Canada 1013.
Echo Charlie Mike, I don't see you anywhere on my ground radar, sir. Where are you?
Currently at Delta, I just packaged 26 right to the right. Secretary Max Zulu Golf.
Yeah, I don't see you anywhere. You're not on an active taxiway, so you're in the rim, sir. I don't see you anywhere.
Yeah, I have the problem when approaching to Atlanta Airport. Just tower can see me and center not approach, I don't know why.
Delta approach FedEx 498, heavy looking pickup IFR JFK.
I expect PDC. Delta 7974, start with a long wait, runway 26 left, taxi via Foxtrot Echo.
Foxtrot Echo is Omami doing a good job.
Airfly 141, you're lined up for the 26 left runway. It's 26 right, the furthest to the right. Turn your airplane to the right. It's the furthest to right.
Airport inside, runway 26 right, local verilog, airport 141.
Yeah, you're still lined up for the wrong runway. You're lined up for 26 left. It's 26 right.
26 right, airport 141.
Airfly 141, runway 26 right, cleared to land.
Runway 26 right, clear to land, airport 141.
Delta 2908, taxi Bravo Victor to the ramp, good day.
Bravo Victor, good night, 2908.
I'm taxiing to the ramp, Secretary Max Zulu Golf. Is that okay?
Yeah, Franks 234, right turn on Tango, cross 27 right, join leave it to the ramp.
Right turn on Tango, cross, can you repeat 234?
27 right.
Cross 27 right and then lean into the ramp.
Let approach on board 1645, 147.
Delta 1645, one approach, runway 26 right, instead of maintain 12000.
26 right up, 12,000.
Delta 1221, maintain 210 knots, turn left, heading 160.
Turn left heading 160, maintain 210 knots, Delta 1221.
Tower, airport 151, not correct, local overlooked, go around, runway 26 left.
141, that's the wrong runway, sir. I try to confirm it, but you still line up for the runway. Airfly 141, climb and maintain 3 down.
Some troubles with the frequency guys, but that's okay. When you get a chance, repeat for Air Canada 1013, please, for top altitude.
Your team radar contact, maintain 10,000.
I'll maintain 10,000, 10,000, Air Canada 1013.
Airfly 141, turn right, heading 070.
Guys, flaps are up.
Turn left, 070, airport 151.
Right turn, heading 070, maintain.
Sorry, turn right, 070, airport 151.
Airfly 141, let me finish my transition before you respond. Turn right, 070, maintain 3 down, heading 070.
3000 on heading 070, airport 151.
203 with information from Gulf Coasting IFR to JFK.
So we're 250 knots, we're still coming over 10,000.
Yeah, everyone looking for clearance. Just expect the PDC. I can't handle the guys on the ground right now. Just stand by. Is that a 1221? Turn left heading 0905.
Turn left heading 0905, Delta 1221.
Is that a 1645? Reduce speed is 210. Delta 9968, RNAF and football on 187 right. Quick takeoff.
So the 9968 Heavy, RNAV football, quick takeoff on 187 right.
Airfly 141, radar contact along. We'll see you. Can 1013, climb maintain 14,000.
Climb maintain 14,000, Air Canada 1013.
1221, descend maintain 7,000.
Descend maintain 7,000, Delta 1221.
14,000 feet, not flight level 140, because in America, the transition altitude is 18,000 feet. So we are going to be climbing on the altimeter 3005 as per the ATIS, because that is the controller's.
Can 1013, can I get Atlanta Center 132.907?
Atlanta Center 132.907. Great night. Not sure what the announcement there was, but we're going to go ahead and start the in-flight movie. We have to get over to Atlanta Center 132. So we're going to change just a little bit, guys. We're going to go over here to the radio.
JetBlue 786, turn right, head 180.
Sorry, I didn't catch that for JetBlue 786.
JetBlue 786, turn right, heading 180.
Turning right 180 for JetBlue 786.
Atlanta Center, Lufthansa 441 Heavy, flight level 370.
Lufthansa 441 Atlanta Center, squawk. Actually, you know what? Disregard that. Lufthansa 441 Atlanta Center, roger. Total 500, contact Washington Center 133.72. Total 500, contact Washington 133.72. American 1805, contact Memphis Center 133.65.
123.65.
Guys, it seems that ATC is a bit loud, so I'm going to turn them right
American
down.
930 cross Glavin at and maintain 4,000 Atlanta altimeter 3005.
Maybe that's a little better, but I'm not sure what I can do about that. It's right down, it's as low as I can get it. If I turn the overall sound down anymore, you're not going to hear things like self-loading cargo and like the aircraft volume itself. So we'll do our best. As always, we will review the sound, we'll review the stream afterwards. We'll make changes and we'll only get better, guys. I appreciate everybody that watches, everybody that comes along, and for all the views that I get after, it's just wonderful. So thanks so much. Appreciate the likes, and of course, it's not much to subscribe to, but if you're interested
JetBlue
in more of my
786,
videos,
turn left turn, heading 330.
we have to check in here.
Turn 330 for
And caught up to the stream. Talking to you guys. Atlanta Center, good evening. Air Canada 1013 for the 140.
Air Canada 1013 Atlanta Center, climb and maintain flight level 390.
I'm at 14,000 feet, so flight level 390, Air Canada 1013.
America 2068, descend and maintain 3,000.
Just told you guys about that, and then I committed.
Maintain 3,000.
Up to 390, we'll climb in managed mode because we are on the managed heading mode. We've passed Zena, we're up to Paget next, so if we pull over the Paget to departure, you can see the flight following there, which is quite nice, Paget, and then we're going to transition at Smith. We'll be cleared above our top altitude, and we've been holding 250 knots as soon as we can. These, of course, are the Navigraph charts. It's a paid subscription. Jepson charts, and they are just wonderful. So anybody who is debating whether or not to get the charts, pretty much every airport in the world, if it has any approach plates, any charts whatsoever. If you need to find it, it's
JetBlue 786, contact Atlanta approach 135.32.
I'll show you just now how that works. So we have our destination in Montreal. You click that there, and you can open the charts list.
Lufthansa 441, squawk 2007.
All of the taxi and ground procedures, the departure, and any reference material.
2007, Lufthansa 441.
Noise abatement procedures.
201 there. Who was calling it? I heard you, Lufthansa. Who was calling it Charlotte? America 2105, thank you. Flighting 025, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff.
So we're going to be arriving in the Impact 3, our nav arrival into Montreal. We'll find out which runway here shortly when we pull up in ATIS.
Southwest 1090 Atlanta Center, you on frequency.
Let's go ahead and serve some hot drinks.
We are about to start
Atlanta Delta 9968 Heavy with you, got through 12,000 for 14,000.
Delta 9968 Atlanta Center, climb and maintain, flight level 230.
Climb and maintain, flight level 320.
Alright guys, we're above 18,000 feet, so we're going to pull standard, and we're climbing to flight level 390. Almost halfway there.
Southwest 11.
Guys, we've done our after takeoff checklist.
Southwest 1090 Atlanta Center, squawk 2075.
We'll do a cruise checklist.
American 2068, turn right 270, vector to final.
270, vector to final.
American 2068 on the roll at airport session 2 o'clock and 10 miles advised the airport. Roger. Southwest 1090, radar contact 5 miles south of Atlanta, VOR, level 400. American 2105, Atlanta Center, radar contact south. American 2105, clear direct 2 kill, climb and maintain, flight level 230.
So guys, just, it's a very nice evening. Not much of a sunset. We always generally get a sunset on these streams. And we've
American 2105, correct, and resume normal speed.
But, so the sun's way off over there.
American 2068, roger, clear visual approach, runway 36 center.
Very well. Stars, Milky Way there.
Southwest 9968, climb, maintain, flight level 37037. Southwest 9968, climb and maintain, flight level 370.
As the moon cycle and the sun cycles rotate, you get new moons. You get eclipses, which is wonderful. We've had one eclipse in the sim so far. It wasn't
American correction, Delta 9968 Atlanta Center.
The next one, it's quite possible we can do an eclipse for you guys. We can fly, we can show you guys what that looks like from the ground safely without anywhere hurting ourselves. Lots of Delta calls. We're keeping our ears out for Air Canada. We're Air Canada 1013. And how is the FlyLive bar doing, guys?
Air Canada 1013, amend the altitude, maintain flight level 350 for traffic.
We'll take 350 for traffic, Air Canada 1013.
Thank you. American 2068, wind 320 at 10, runway 36 center, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 36 center, 26.
Southwest 2402 Atlanta Center.
Now that I look, our recommended max is only 370, so we shouldn't be up at 390
Southwest
anyway.
2402, squawk 2065.
Squawk 2065, that was 240.
However, yes, the sim has done a great job, in my opinion, with the stars, with the sun, with the moon, and with all of the way the Earth works with relation to the
Delta 7970 Fort Atlanta Center, thank you. Climb and maintain, flight level 320.
For what it doesn't matter.
Hello, this is your Delta 7970.
Delta 1577 to Louisiana Center.
Delta 1577 Atlanta Center, roger.
So the bar's not working, so we'll give that a kick.
Frontier Flight 1511, contact Atlanta approach 135.32.
Not sure if that's working.
November 55 Bravo Sierra to set a pilot's discretion, maintain 11,000. The Birmingham altimeter 3014.
So guys, just doing the usual FlyLive.
November 55 Bravo Sierra, descend and maintain 11,000, altimeter 3014. November 5 Bravo Sierra, descend and maintain 11,000, the Birmingham altimeter 3014.
Maintain 11 over south, altimeter 430, 5 dollars.
There you go, guys. For the moment, it does seem to be working. So, we'll see how that works. I've given it a restart. I think I tried this last time on the stream.
Delta 2553 Atlanta Center, Roger Squawk 2054.
Honestly, at this point, guys, sorry, I'm just watching it very closely to see if it changes at all. It does look to be capturing
American 930,
from 7% to 8%.
not sure why you're descending, so maintain 12,000, contact Atlanta approach 135.32.
Let's take a look at Volanta, guys. I do a lot of talking about Volanta. Volanta is the way I track my flights. Volanta is the way I track the air traffic control that's online. And this is it here. So this is our flight. I've put in the departure Atlanta, the arrival Montreal, and our alternate London.
Delta 2553, radar contact, descend Vita Jedi to arrival, the Atlanta altimeter 3005.
It's actually not London, Ontario. It'd be quite odd for me to go to London and not to Toronto. Anyway, I'm not going to play with it. I'm not going to be taking an alternate today. The weather is looking very nice. How do I know? Because I live here and I look out the
Delta 1577, you see traffic at your 10 o'clock and 20 miles westbound, Boeing 737, level 360.
We're serving some food on the aircraft now. So this is the Atlanta approach and departure that we talked to, and then as we transfer out between Paget and Colvin here.
Images Delta 1577, maintain flight level 370.
As we fly along, we get past Smith. Smith isn't too far. 7 minutes. We will. Transfer over to Indy Center.
Atlanta Center, Delta 9967, flight level 290, entering the airspace of the tower.
Delta 9967, Atlanta Center, squawk 2045.
2045, Delta 9967.
Delta 1577, I was not telling you to descend, I was telling you about traffic. Climb and maintain level 37.
What I'm going to do is actually contact a little bit closer. That way I will get more time for ATC. So this is Volanta. Did I call it Discord before? Sorry guys, this is Volanta. What I use?
Again, with 2068, contact Charlotte ground 29er, we'll see you.
Ground 121.9, 26 days. Thank you. Have a pleasant evening. Goodbye.
Guys, the ETA is working. Look at that. It says ETA at 143 Zulu.
Atlanta Center, Delta 9968, heavy request.
Let me see what this is.
Delta 9968, roger, climb and maintain level 370.
Maintain level 370.
This is the first time the bars worked. I'm not sure if it's going to continue to work.
Delta 9967, your radar contact, descend a pilot's discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Maintain flight level 240, Delta 9967.
American 2105, contact Washington Center, 133.7.
Hey guys,
Have a
so
good day.
we can bring over some floating cargo and we can look at the aircraft layout, which we talked about before, and look at that, it's brought in passengers.
Air Canada 1013, traffic 1 o'clock, 20 miles southbound, Airbus A321, flight level 370, maintain flight level 350.
Alright, we'll maintain 350 for the traffic for now. We don't see them at this point. Let us know when it's no factor, please.
Roger. Southwest 2402, contact Atlanta approach, 135.32.
Guys, that's
Good
part
day.
of the problem with the experimental at the moment.
135.32, Southwest 2402, Havers, you're doing great.
Working weather radar, and it doesn't have working
Atlanta
radar.
Center,
So I would normally be able to see this traffic from my 1 o'clock.
November 4 Delta Mike, Atlanta Center,
Over
Roger.
here. But unfortunately, I can't see them. I can't report that I have the traffic inside if I don't have the traffic inside. Unfortunately, my TPS is not working. It would probably accurately indicate where he was and where he was going in relation to me on my flight radar. And as I also see him more accurately. Well, not more accurately, I would see him with a wider sense of the airspace.
Delta 9967, descend via the Jedi 2 arrival, the Atlanta altimeter 3005.
3005 for the Atlanta altimeter will descend via the Jedi arrival, Delta 9960.
So we still can't take 390, but we'll take 37. So we forgot to do
Air
this.
Canada 1013, traffic no factor, passing off your right side.
Roger, thank you very much. Air Canada 1013.
Delta 94, Atlanta Center, climb and maintain flight level 370.
Yeah, I've got no lights on that traffic at all still, unfortunately.
Air Canada 1013, no problem. He's passing right off to your right side now. There's additional traffic 1 o'clock and 20 miles eastbound, or correction, westbound, Boeing 737, flight level 360 off higher once you pass that traffic.
That's no problem. We'll stay here 350. We can't actually get up to 390. Taking a look at it anyway, so this is doing us just fine. Let us know. Give us a call, Air Canada 1013.
Roger. Delta 283, Atlanta Center, Roger. Climb and maintain flight level 320.
Just, unloading my pockets a little bit.
Atlanta Center, Citation 4 Delta
Guys,
Mike,
I'm going to step away for just a minute.
Citation 4 Delta Mike, go ahead.
Flight level 450 possible.
The professional streamer
Citation
that I
4
need
Delta
to
Mike, climb and maintain flight level
I just need to grab myself a drink.
450, thanks.
We're going to watch the FlyLive bar very closely as we're away. It seems the altitude is still monitoring the climb. We should be back for the climb 350. That's very shortly. We have to do some low, and I'll let you know when we're back. So thanks for watching. I hope you're not too bored at this point.
November 5 Bravo Sierra, I
all
have
the views we
amendment
get,
to your routing advisory
everybody's
copy.
comments, they will be seen and replied to, and I'm very excited to see things.
November 5 Bravo Sierra, you're cleared to the Atlanta airport via direct
Shortly with you.
Rome,
We'll be monitoring
Romeo Mike Golf, RMG, and then direct the Atlanta airport. Maintain 1000. November 5 Bravo Sierra, read back correct, thank you. Foxtrot Hotel Victor 9271. What's your call sign? Who's that for? FHD Foxtrot Hotel Victor 9271. What's your call sign? I'm not familiar with that.
Fly high.
Fly high, thank you. Fly high 9271 traffic 12 o'clock and 5 miles northbound Boeing 737. Correction, Airbus A320 by level 350.
Yeah, we're responding to an RA for fly high 9271.
You shouldn't be. I'm not sure why you're getting one. There's traffic, geez, 1,000 feet below you. There's additional traffic. 11 o'clock, 1,000 feet above you.
We had them 400 below us.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure why my radar I'm indicating level 350 and level 370.
No problem. We're correcting back to 370 now.
Roger.
Or correction 36.
Roger. Endeavor 5127, Atlanta Center, climb and maintain, flight level 310.
Maintain level 310, Endeavor 5127.
Virgin 104 Lima, Atlanta Center, climb and maintain, flight level 410. Virgin 104 Lima, climb and maintain, flight level 390. Air Canada 1013, contact Indianapolis Center, 119.55.
Even at Indy Center 119.55. Thanks so much for your service. Have a great night.
Yeah.
Indy Center, good evening. Air Canada 1013, feather 350.
Air Canada 1013, Indy Center, good evening. Delta 1524, the Cincinnati Wings 2707 on have Hags, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff.
Takeoff, Delta.
FedEx 5517 requesting IFR to Memphis.
And FedEx 5517 Indy Center, good evening, sir. Location?
Indianapolis Airport.
And FedEx 5517, roger. Contact in Indianapolis ground on 121.9er. He'll get you clearance.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was on that. Okay, we'll do.
Level 1524, ready to contact altitude. That's 1524, roger. Have a good one.
Back again. Sorry about the delay. Sorry about the break. I got most of the things done I needed to do. We'll need to take a short break. Again, 5-10 minutes. A little bit closer. I do believe we are on Unicom in a little while. Ooh, if not already, we may lose Indy Center any minute. And we may have quite a bit of a journey on Unicom. Now, unfortunately, it does look like Captain Nav has gone offline. That's a little bit of a disappointment to me. I was originally going to go to Toronto, and that's a bit of a disappointment. There's a tower online. I'm not sure how long they've been on for, so let's pull an ATIS there now while we can, if there is one. He's been on for 5.5 hours. I cannot imagine he's still going to be online when I get there. We'll find out. Purchase ILS 24 left. So that's really all we need from this at the moment, because we can get the wind and whatnot later on. The wind currently is 230 per level. 19 degrees Celsius to 942. It's quite low. Quite low. I can't imagine he's going to be on, but I'm quite disappointed about this, guys. I apologize. It doesn't look like we're going to get much ATC at all after Indy Center, unless Boston comes online. But it does seem I've fudged that one. And we're not even going to make it into Toronto Center. It's quite unfortunate. We could divert. I'm not very comfortable with diverting. I would have to change the rather than vPilot. I would have to go and change the MCDU. I would have to make an amendment to the stream, which would be the easiest of all of my problems. But yeah, it is unfortunate. It does seem like we've lost Montreal Center. I was hoping to get Captain Nabs on my stream, but it does not look like that's going to happen anytime soon. So we'll continue on to Montreal. We'll have each other for company. We'll have
Center Southwest 255.
Indy Center here, and we're going to see about getting a little bit higher.
That's true.
And Indiana Center, Lufthansa 441, Heavy,
So
5
let's
left
check out our
370.
performance page. Progress, we were there, and now we
Lufthansa
can get up
441.
to 38. So we can ask him for 27. Indy Center, Aircan 1013, request flight level 370.
Aircan 1013.
Indy Center, sorry, confirm the climb clearance. Air Canada 1013.
Air Canada 1013, sorry, say that again.
Can we request flight level 370, please and thank you, Air Canada 1013.
Air Canada 1013, climb maintain level 370.
Climb 370, 1013. Alright guys, I guess he didn't hear me the first time, but we're up to 370, it's not too far up. Let's check out self-loading cargo, see how the passengers are getting on. 97% satisfied. We'll go ahead and get them another round of drinks, hot drinks, and then we'll bring out the alcohol again. It looks like the first movie's almost done, so we'll have time for a second one on this flight. And the more I look at the air traffic control monitoring, the more I kick myself in the behind. We're not just going to Toronto as we had planned. I got starstruck a little bit by Nabs. Just kidding, not starstruck. I did want to, it's been a while since we normally fly on his stream. That's what Nabs is. Anyone who doesn't know who Captain Nabs is, he is a streamer regularly on YouTube and Twitch. He's a real world pilot.
Indy Center, Delta 292 with you, flight level 350.
And he regularly
Delta 292,
streams
Indy
on
Center, good
Vatsim,
evening.
on both also
Cross 40 miles southwest
YouTube
of Lexington
and
at
Twitch.
10,000.
So he does air traffic control, is what I'm trying to say, and he also
3011, and what's the arrival runway?
So I tend to fly with him sometimes when he streams some of his faster jets. He does some other DC and a couple other jets.
Hey, I'm looking to pick up the ILS runway 22.
CRJ, I believe it is. I like to fly along with him in the Airbus. I get featured on his stream a little bit, so I was hoping maybe to return the favor. But looks like he's gone offline. The stream still says live, but don't believe that's the case. We're going to give him a hello and see what's up. So give me a second, guys, and I'll be right back. You'll hear a little bit of his stream for a minute.
Air France 342 Montreal, descend 8,000 Montreal, 252.
Okay, we descend 8,000. Greenwich, short correction, azimuth 29 to aircraft.
Alpha, descend 4,000. Air Canada 7653, line up to 11. Western 442, welcome to Montreal. Alpha 4, right on Alpha 4, second item.
Okay, time. Continue roll to Alpha 4, WestJet 442.
Alright guys, sorry, I was just typing in Nabs. I'm trying to get some insider information if he's actually online at Montreal Center, because it does look like he is. His stream's still going. He is controlling. It says he's only been on for about 20 minutes, so maybe he had a little bit of a failure with his internet connection. I gave him a shout, and I'm hoping that he'll still be on when we get there. So I'll keep it running in the background for a bit. I know you guys are going to hear that. However, I want to see if he gets back to me, because he won't reply in message. He will reply voice, the same as I would. Actually, I would probably reply in message as well at this point. It's such a small follower base.
Indy Center, Delta 292, do you want us to go ahead and start descending?
Delta 292, when you get that crossing restriction.
I know it doesn't matter where I go.
Restriction.
A firm, never encountered one of those.
Anything nearby is fine. WestJet 442.
Guys, a little bumpy here, 370, but we're back to cruise. We'll just let the FMC.
WestJet 442, yeah, that's where you were enough from Toronto. WestJet 442, turn left on Alpha Mike, taxi to gate.
Left on Alpha Mike, gate 11 for WestJet 442.
That sounds like Nick, Delta 4211.
And thanks for your service, as always.
Delta 5127.
Slope there, clear ILS runway left.
At slope, clear ILS to 4 left.
Anyway guys, so there's a couple things that we need to do now that we know that we have runway 24 left and into Montreal.
FedEx 517, acting via Delta for runway 23 left.
23 left. Let's just pull up the charts here for a minute and see what you're at. So we'll go to approach, and I thought it was 24 left. So if we go to the airport, and we pin that 24 left, because generally the landing
and Air Canada 7653,
yeah.
identified.
So we'll assume it was 24 left, because I think there would have been. And we'll just double check that. 8 is in Montreal.
And I'm sorry, who's calling unanswered?
Stays online.
FedEx 5517, I'm at Indianapolis.
I guess you guys will get some ATC for this.
I'm looking to take off from runway 23 left and holding short at Delta 1.
FedEx 5517, roger. Find the runway heading. The wind 280 at 9 runway 23 left, cleared for takeoff.
Just let me double check the 8s.
23 left, clear for takeoff at X 6517.
So let's go ahead and program this in now. So we go to the flight plan, and we click on
charts and finding top.
click on Montreal, clear level, and we'll set up runway ILS 24 left. And we are on the. Does anyone remember? I'll have to take a look. The impact 3. That's right. The impact 3 runway. And slope it. So what it's asking here is where we want to start our approach. So
Lufthansa 441, contact Montreal Center, 133 Heavy, ready for taxi, runway 24 left.
133.725 for Lufthansa 441. Thank you.
So we're going to transition.
Montreal Center, Air Canada 468, ready for taxi, runway 24 left.
Air Canada 468, Montreal. 330 is probably not going to fit that way. That's going that way. I guess we'll go in.
So our next waypoint is HNN
taxi Alpha
in 3 minutes 22 seconds, 29 miles.
Alpha Mike Alpha, hold short 24 left, Air Canada 468.
So let's go to the
Heavy, just so you know for the future. That's base
curves. And there's our first restriction above 280. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But arc, curves, DABDA.
Oh, I didn't notice that when I was loading in. So, yeah, just a mistake on my end. My apologies.
No problem. Just normally if you're pushed on that gate, you have to face the other way, so it would be first there. So just something to keep in mind if you're flying heavy.
That's all good.
Oh yeah, I don't think it will be an issue for us. I think we'll get through just fine. But thank you for taking us first.
Titus. Como, Midig, Agnag, pardon me, Titus, and then there's, where's Agnag? Ooh, Agnag. There's Agnag, pardon me, Midig, Agnag, Titus, Arubi, Max out of Ruby. Max out of Ruby, and then the manual. So that's great, we'll leave all of that, it's sequenced quite nicely. So let's pull up the first restriction again, guys. What was it? Curves, not above 280 at curves. So we'll go ahead and get this started. Go to the program.
2 Alpha Entry, November 97 Alpha Alpha. What altitude do you at
FlyLive 1700 for 5,000.
FedEx 5517, your radar contact. Your instruction was to fly the runway heading, so make sure you do that next time. So you get the climb maintains level 300 and proceed direct cruiser.
So that's only going to take about 30 miles at this altitude. If we climb a little more to 390, take a little bit more, maybe another 10 miles. But that'll work out that calculation if and when we come to that.
Please repeat the waypoint again?
There it is. Montreal Center's back online. I'll show you.
FedEx 5517, it's Hoosier, Oscar, Mike.
Which is good. And there he is. Montreal Center, Vatsim. That's excellent. So we're in Indy Center.
Direct to Oscar, Mike. Climb 0300, FedEx 5517.
So we're still in Indy Center. We will be for another 10 or 15
Endeavor 5127 crossing order 14000, the Cincinnati altimeter 3008.
We're going to get over down to Watertown here.
Hey,
14000,
We will
again a 7653.
start listening now. If he starts billing. Enough for Valenti. Everything is going back to serving. We are 450 miles away, so that's the bit we need to start paying attention to. So there's a few things we can do. We can look at our fuel. Make sure we don't need to call fuel and fuel leaks. We took a little over 10,600 pounds and rode 7,000 feet. So we burned about 3,000.
So we'll go ahead and monitor unit common lookout for the ERJ on final there for Air Canada 460. Thank you very much for your time.
So we're not losing fuel. The fuel burn is...
Roger that, yeah, that's more than enough time for me to get off the ground. Yeah, I'll go ahead and coordinate with him. Anyways, you take care, have a good night.
Thank you.
That's interesting.
Alpha for you. We can switch to the Unicom Trail service terminates. We're going to be shutting down now. There is traffic taxi from departure on 54 left. I believe it's going to reach the runway before you do. Just
I think he said we're going to be shutting down.
Have yourself a great night.
UT Rainbow First 124.
Montreal Center, Air Canada 1120, moving in 30.
Air Canada 1123. Yep, sorry about that. We'll try and catch you next time.
So guys, I guess Montreal Center's going to be closing down. We might not have any more ATC there. It might be awfully quiet for the rest of the stream. So I don't. We've had some.
Air France.
We've had some streams with quite a lot of ATC.
I gotta get super early, so switch to the frequency.
For these streams, we've had quite a lot of ATC. We might lose ATC in the back end. We've had some good ATC coverage all the way out of Atlanta.
Okay, confirmation that you sure, and have a good business at your level.
And unfortunately, very shortly we are going to lose it. We're going to lose it for about 2 or 3 seconds.
So you're almost there.
Delta 92, just going to maintain 3,000, and where you're currently going.
On the bright side?
Delta 292, we're linking up for the ILS runway 22.
Is online. There's some other...
292, roger, your clearance to the airport.
ATC off to the east, off to the southeast. We got DC Center, and there's quite a few approaches at Philly. And
firm, Delta 292.
so
you can fly your
nothing that we're going to be flying through, unfortunately. It's going to get awfully quiet through here.
Wilco, Delta 292.
Go ahead and serve some alcoholic drinks now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start serving alcoholic drinks. Please make sure your tray table is in the down position and clear any items from the aisle. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Lucas. Yeah, I have to get up in basically about 7 hours, so I really want to finish typing some sleep. I'm sorry. I can't stick around. I wish I could, but I will hopefully catch you next time. Yeah, this one was just, I wasn't sure if it was going to work because I trust some flights to have
guys, Nams is just saying goodbye. I was just typing in again, so I tend to get lost on my own stream when I get involved with this. So we're going to go ahead and close that. We're going to stick back to ours and look at what we have here. So we've put in the alternate fuel.
Spec 1304 run.
Didn't get imported. So my alternate, I'm not sure why it picked. I think it has to do with the fact that I first picked Toronto.
Delta 292, turn left heading 270,
London.
maintain 3000 sectors for your descent.
It wants alternate fuel.
We'll turn left. Can you repeat the heading, and we'll give vectors for the approach. Delta 292.
Delta 292 left 270.
270. Delta 292.
Get to our alternate. So
Canada 1013, lead minor space to the northeast, Cleveland's offline, ready service terminated for change cruise.
Over to Unicom, thanks so much for your service. Have a great night here, Canada 1013. Well, guys, that's it for air traffic control. They've sent us over to Unicom, the lonely dark frequency of Unicom. So that is, that's
Southwest 355, contact Washington Center 133.725.
There's nothing that we need to do in Unicom. There's nothing that we need to announce, especially right away. We can do whatever we want. But for the sake of the stream, for the sake of a little bit of noise, we'll leave indecent on. So we've put in an alternate here, something a little better. Estimated fuel 2.3. We've got about 1.
Delta 292, continue your left turn heading 130.
SS 41. I wouldn't trust it. I'd say about 30 minutes. Trying to lose. I'm sure that'll go down as the fuel burn is a little bit more than what this fuel burn seems to think. That seems to be an issue. It's always been since Flight Simulator sort of arrived on the scene. First, the fuel burn was far too low, and then fly-by-wire model doesn't seem to maintain for whatever reason. With that said, we're cruising along. It's quite very nice evening. Flight level 370. The fuel is good. We looked at that. The only thing we still have to do is this before it gets too late. So this has been going for an hour and 5 minutes, and this has been going for, let's say, 52. We have to take off 52 from an hour and 5. So that'll leave us, what's that? 13? So it's 13 minutes ago. So we're going to reset this to 13. So I never took off 13 minutes from my running total. Then that's my flight time. That's just a little trick that I do because the top chrono, which started as soon as we took off, as soon as we started our takeoff roll, it stops at 90 minutes. And this flight's going to be longer than another 30 minutes or so. So I'm going to end up losing that. It's going to stick at 9999 or whatever, 9959. And I'll no longer be able to use the chrono. I can reset it, I can start it over, but it won't maintain that initial set. So this one would on the primary flight display, but I don't really like to see that one.
Delta 8861, looks like Atlanta logged off on you. Radar service terminated for exchange and approved.
Finish change approved, Unicom. Have a good day. Delta 8861.
And see, we're 99% satisfied, everybody. That's amazing. One of the best that I've had. So we did just serve hot drinks, and then we served this. So we're going to start another movie. We still have quite a bit of time. And we can pull up.
Delta 292, you're about 6 miles from Bridle, turn right heading 1 at 900, maintain 3000 until established, cleared for the ILS, runway 22 approach.
So this actually shows you
190, Delta 292.
On your aircraft, the guys sitting down, the people
Delta 292 to confirm you're cleared for the ILS, runway 22 approach.
Clear for the ILS, runway 22 approach.
Gentleman right here.
Delta 292.
Mr. or Mrs. Louise. Mrs. Louise Thompson. So if I Mrs. Louise Thompson, you'll show me what's she seems to be very hungry, because as this rises, it gets red. Some of these go up and down the opposite way, so her satisfaction is sort of medium, so that would rise as she's happier. Her health starts high, and its A is low. So she's not necessarily unhealthy, she's hungry. So it looks like she may have been sleeping when we did food service, and if we go to thirst, we get off of her, we can go. Quite a few people who are hungry, so I'm wondering if we can't serve another meal. It doesn't look like it. I might have served the food too early, but I don't think I served the food. I believe self-loading cargo did that on its own, as far as I'm aware. So all I can do
Delta 292,
is
the Lexington, wind 2704, runway 22, clear to land.
it will let me
runway 22, clear to land, Delta 292.
serve them more food.
Gentlemen, we are about to start serving alcoholic drinks. Please make
Nobody
sure
is
your
intoxicated
table
on the
is
airplane.
in the
Nobody
down
seems
position and
intoxicated.
clear
Nobody's
any
taking
items from the aisle. Thank you.
So this is just a little bit of a self-loading cargo. Drinking, nobody's currently drinking. There's two people sleeping, one there, and not sure where the other one is. 68 Washington Moon. It's quite interesting, the lap. I can click on what the carbon crew report says, and this also gives me a little destination report. So it says I'll be landing in about 18 minutes. Flight time's been about 55. So I'm going to take off from 30. So all that's looking very nice. It's been 241. Might have been exactly, that might have been a little late. I think that was what we expected it to take off, and I think we were ahead. So let's go ahead and close that. And I will just move that off to the side. How is the FlyLive bar doing, everybody? I haven't paid attention to that in a little while. Are we still moving along? Altitude does seem to be working. It does say I'm 37,500 feet, however, when I have 37,000, but I think that might be a little bit of a sim bug with Microsoft Flight Simulator. That was a known issue that they had a little while ago. So, pardon me, a little bit of scratch in my throat. I need to get a drink. It's one of the things I meant to do the first time I left, but I did not manage to get that. So I might manage to sneak away and get that in a minute, but for now we're just running through some of the things in the airplane. So we've done a few. We've hit 100 to the cloud. We're on our cruise, and I've been a bad boy, so what I meant to do is turn our TCAS to below, and now that will help out the TCAS, the inoperable TCAS. So that's sort of why I've gotten lazy with that, because it's not modeled at the moment. Turn on a little bit of floodlight here and see that? It's not modeled at the moment. That should be, pretty sure that should be on RPTG. Oh no, sorry. I wish those would lock out. I have the flaps bound to some of the buttons on my joystick, and I use the mouse wheel to look around and move some of the things, but some of the things that I have bound, like if I had done that on the engine, for example, that would have turned that
back to the ramp via Alpha.
Potentially not that, because I also have the thrust master first officer quadrant, the throttle quadrant, and it has a physical engine starter modes. It has little buttons, little switches that look very much like that, and they're in the up position, so I don't think I can turn that off. I'm not going to test it. That's not the flight I want to have today. However, I did need to turn the TCAS to below, so let's go ahead and turn the pedestal light off. Leave the flaps alone, and we'll go right back to our pilot flying, and also pilot monitoring position. Let's see, we've only got 20-mile display map, so let's bring this up to 160, maybe a little further, 320, quite as far as it can go. So we did get an ATIS out of Montreal before they went off. Doesn't look like we're going to get another one. Doesn't look like we're going to have any more ATC for the rest of the flight, unfortunately. So I do apologize. We've got about an hour and 10 minutes to go. It's going to be, you know, rather quiet, I suppose, at this point. Unless we get Boston Center potentially come online, that would be nice. Doesn't even sound like
Center and Giant 33. Giant 33, Indy Center. Yes, sir. We're 70 miles north of Rosewood, climbing out of 8,000 feet, and we're half far to Gulfport, Mississippi. Giant 33, squawk 6632. 6632, Giant 33.
Hey guys, we're just trying to enjoy any ATC that we can on this flight. I know we're not in Indy Center, but we are still monitoring them. It's going to be quiet. We're going to leech under the tail end of them as much as we can. Well, I guess that's about it that we're going to get out of Indy Center. It was being a little bit quiet, hoping that we would get a little bit more conversation from them. I didn't think that conversation was over. It's possible we're getting a little bit far out of range. We are moving along here to some 78. What we could potentially do is climb to our cruise of 390, save a little bit more fuel if we go to the progress page, and see our optimal is not yet there. Our optimal is still in 378, so we can't climb to 390. Until that gets up there, unfortunately. So we still have 310 to cruise. We only need about 28 miles. That's for 35. We've got a heavy tailwind. Do we still have that tailwind? Yes, we do. We have a 70 knot tailwind, so that's moving us along quite nicely. 528 knots. So we might just do, guys, increase the speed a little bit here. This up to 80. Let's go 80. We could go 81. We'll hold it at about 80, and it won't be a whole lot. We've got quite a tailwind, so that's going to push us even faster. 530 knots along the ground, and we will get into Montreal as fast as we can. It does look like the FlyLive bar is still working. I said it's been on 27% for a little while. I'm hoping that updates. Looks okay. The vertical speed seems to be capturing. See, it's moving around there. That's a good indicator. And the other really good indicator is that there's still an ETA. It's still saying 121 Zulu. So let's see what ours says. If we go back to the flight plan page, it's saying 131 Zulu. So that's interesting. I'm wondering if one of them is basically compensating for the wind, and one of them is not. I mean, in this case, maybe the wind is not accurately modeled in the MCDU in here, but it's in the fly-by-wire mode. So normally you could go into a waypoint. Somehow, I haven't really learned because I haven't done it too often. And there's fixed info. There it is. So you go into a waypoint, and you can enter the wind at that waypoint. And I'm not sure if it works. But what that would do is alter your fuel a little bit, alter the speeds and the predictions, and would make this a little more accurate. And I'm wondering if the FlyLive bar is doing jump, in my opinion. It doesn't follow a point for point. It seems to jump at about 3 or 4% at a time. Maybe that's for the sake of the bar at the top that you guys see. You don't see the percentage like I do. You guys can just see that blue bar that's slowly moving across the top since it's working. I've waited for many streams for this to work to talk about it. At the same time, it says 2359 Zulu. And if we look down here, well, this is 0044 Zulu. Standard. So, yeah, that's a little off. Oh, Sim Zulu, real Zulu. I'm not sure what a Sim Zulu is, but these are just some of the things that I can see. Real Zulu, 0045. Maybe we'll get some ATC here. I'm going to try and listen.
FedEx 5517, contact Memphis Center 133.65. Okay.
Over to Memphis Center, FedEx 5517, take care.
Giant 33, can't remember if I did it or not, but just in case, radar contact 10 miles southwest of Flag City.
I don't remember that he did it, but that's fine. Giant 33. Hey, you got our flight plan, right?
Yep.
Okay. And just verify the altitude. We're out of flight level 236 for 340. Right.
Indianapolis Center, good evening, Brickyard 303 at flight level 370. We have information Romeo on the old team rate.
Brickyard 303, roger. Endeavor 5127, you expect the visual approach from a 24 right at Dayton. You can descend and maintain 6,000.
Visual 24 right at Dayton, and descend and maintain 6,000. Endeavor 5127.
Endeavor 5127, depart Kiki, heading 360, be vectors for visual approach from a 24 right.
Depart Kiki, heading 360.
Hi everybody, we're back. Sorry, we snuck away there while ATC was talking, and we got a drink. We needed that for my throat was getting quite parched. Needed to grab something there, so I do apologize. Which I do a little bit too often on the stream, I'm told, which that's okay. I'm from Canada, and that's what we do. We apologize. So we have a ground speed of 538 knots on the ground. It's quite spicy, quite fast. Now, the FlyLive bar is saying 27% again, still rather. So that is me a little bit on the concern side. But everything else seems to be working. I mean, the altitude's still off by about 500 feet. The ground speed isn't. And now we've lost the road. So I think what I'll do is shut it down again, and we'll turn it on one more time. Sorry guys, just give me another second. There we go. So it's working now for me, 61%. I'm not sure why I have to do that all the time. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. I'm sure I'm not meant to have to shut it down in the middle of my stream and start it back up again, and then put in all of the settings, departure and arrival runway, and my call sign. It just doesn't seem to want to hold it for longer than about 10 or 15 minutes. Anyway, it's mentioning the time to go here is about 37 minutes. We are getting close to Montreal. It's almost here in our primary flight display on the radar. We can almost see it there. That is a distance about 328 miles away. We should start looking back at our performance because we have to be at Kurds at 280, don't forget, and that's only 230 miles away now. So we're getting close. So what I'm actually going to do is take that break that I was talking about. I know I just walked away for a second. I know you guys are going to get frustrated with me. What is he doing? This guy's such an amateur. And that's the truth. You know, I'll get better at this. There's not a lot I can do at the moment. I had to get this done. I've got to get it done right now. So I'm going to put this back. We're going to finally switch. You know what? I'll leave you on Indy Center just for a few more minutes because
Level 5127, turn right heading 060.
You might still get to hear a few things from them, and we're getting close to our top percent, so I don't have a lot of time. 20 miles. I gotta be right back, guys. So everything seems to be working. I know we just fixed the FlyLive bar, but we will put the Be Right Back page up. I do appreciate it. Maybe I can get a little bit of boarding music, just to have some music, and I will be right back. I do apologize. Thank you all for understanding. If you'd like to skip ahead, there's not a lot of people watching. If you're watching this on replay, do give me about 5 or 10 minutes, and I'll be right back, okay? That's excellent. So everything looks good here on the flight deck, and we'll be right back. Thanks.
Number 5127, descend and maintain 4,000. Drive 03, descend with Luke 2 arrival on the MSFS 23.
left transmission to unit north of the freeway. Can do the
Good evening, Indiana Center, number 174 Kilo Bravo, flight level 410. Sure, don't give me 1 second, Kilo Bravo.
everyone, hello. I'm back. Sorry for the delay. I had to get some things done in order to make this stream work with the timing. I had to do a little bit of chores around the house, and I had to make sure happy wife, happy life is in order. So now that that's done, we have to get back in touch with what's going on in the aircraft. We never did get to 390. We're still not at that recorded max. So we stayed at 370 this whole flight, and we have 136 miles to Kurd. So we haven't missed our top of descent. We only need about 28 miles to Kurd. We're going to do that with about 45. We have a huge tailwind. We could do that with about 40 nautical miles to Kurds. That would make me happy. So in about 90 miles to go, we're going to start our descent into Kurds. We are going to go over to Unicom now, guys, because I'm back with you, and I'll be back with you all the way until landing. So what do we need to do to set up in order to set up to land the plane? Well, let's go through that next. We can serve another set of hot drinks to the passengers.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start serving drinks. Please make sure your tray table is in the down position and clear any items from the aisle. Thank you.
Alright guys, so what do we need to do to set up this aircraft for descent and landing? So one of the things we're going to need to do is get an ATIS in Montreal. So we got one there about 40 minutes ago. I do have it written down here. The wind was 230 at 11. It was 19 degrees and the altimeter was 2942. And that's very low. If it was a more standard altimeter, I might not be too worried to double check or to get an updated ATIS. I would just use the standard altimeter, more to what I'm used to, in a 2992, 2998, 301. Something like that. 2942 is very low, and that's indicative of a pressure change, in my opinion, either upwards or downwards, or it's continuing that way. It could be, rather. So it's something I need to pay attention to, and I don't have a lot of time to do it. So there's no Montreal Center online. There's no Montreal at all. So it is going to be a Unicom approach, so I will be making announcements on Unicom as I get a little bit closer to Montreal. Toronto Tower's online, so we might have had a little bit of ATC there. Had we have chosen to do that, however, it wouldn't be much difference in what we're doing right now. Had we have gone somewhere to the north, the States, maybe into Minnesota and maybe into St. Paul. We might have got a little ATC, that would be good, but we can't predict the future, and we chose Montreal. We were hoping for the best, and we're almost here. So what we're going to do is actually pull the weather from the aircraft. So if we go to the MCDU menu, the ATL-CYUL menu, one of the options in the AOC menu is a weather request. So if you do the WX weather type, and we're going to get a MEDAR, what we want to see YUL. So it's also got our, I wonder if we can clear that. Yeah, we can, because I'm not going over to London. So we've got ATL and Montreal. So if we can clear it, well, let's not play with it. So let's send that, and we'll wait a few minutes. We'll go back to the AOC menu, and we've done this before on the stream, but we're just going to do it again. And in a few moments here on the right, it'll say company message. What that will tell us is that we've got a message through the, there it is, company message, and that is going to give us the message that we just requested. So now we have it received. We received it at 1:04, and there's the MEDAR for Atlanta, and there's the MEDAR for Montreal. So the time on this is 0042 Zulu, and the time now is 01:05. So there's probably going to be another one published shortly, hopefully, if not within the next hour. But we will use this in comparison to what we've had. This still says the winds are 230, however 19 gust 28. So that's quite windy. That's going to be an auto land for me. 230, so it's still going to be runway 24 left, even though that's not displayed here. There is light rain, broken clouds at 14,000 feet, broken clouds at 4,000 feet. So it's pretty heavy, between 14,000 and 4,000. I'm not even going to be able to see the runway until I'm underneath 1,400 feet. Not 14,000, 1,400, sorry. The temperature's 16, so that's dropped. So we're going to say that it is getting cooler out and the altimeter's rising. So now it's 29057. So do you see how much the altimeter's risen in such a short period of time? It was 29042 and now it's 29057, and that's just in about an hour. 1 ATIS difference. So that's why we want to grab the next one. If it does come out, we'll grab that a little bit closer because that might keep rising. We could find ourselves in a 29067, 29071 sort of situation, and if it's off by 1 or 2, I'm not very worried. If it's off by that much, especially in an auto land situation, we need to make sure we've got the most accurate QNH. More to that, I may even just press B as we get a lot closer if there's not another ATIS. So we'll send off for another one a little bit closer. But in the meantime, we do have the information that we need. I'm not going to print it because I think there's some crash to desktops that happen there, and I don't want to crash today. I want this flight to go well because it's been pretty well moving along so far. It looks like the FlyLive bar may still be working. Might not be. Find out shortly. Yeah, it does look like it's working. So let's go back to the performance page. Go to next. Here's the approach into ILS 24 left. The altimeter was reported at 29.57, and the temperature had dropped to 16 degrees Celsius, so we're going to put that in there, and the temperature is always in Celsius. And the wind, it doesn't have an option for the gusts, but we do know it was 230 at 19, gusting to about 26. So 230 19 is what we'll put in, and you know what, just to anticipate the gust just a little bit, put in 230 at 20, and that will have our V approach at 136, so that's awfully high. So we do want to monitor that. We do want to make sure that doesn't change. The transition altitude is 18,000 feet, as always in Canada, and what we'll do is make sure that we've got at least low auto brake when we come in. Normally we would go just engine reversers idle, no auto brake, but today with the light rain and the high V approach speed, we almost definitely auto brake. So let's look at our approach play into ILS 24 right. The minimum decision height is 318 feet. It's 200 feet above the airport, so that'll be good. So, sorry, just 318. So we're going to pop in 318 right here in the barometric, and that'll give us our minimum call out. So now we're set up for the approach to ILS 24 left. Over here's the go around. Not quite yet modeled on here, but it does give us the option. If we do, the engine will in turbo thrust, realize that. So the go around is 3,000. So we're going to set the engine out acceleration altitude to 3,000. So now we're set up for the approach, even though we will double check that again. Let's check our distance. 57.5 miles to Kurtz, and like we said, we wanted 40, so we're about 17 miles away from top of descent. That's excellent. One thing I'm going to do here is make sure that we've got the ILS frequency in. So the localizer for ILS runway 24 left is 110.5. So we need to make sure that that was captured properly by going to the RadNav page, and 110.5 that is captured. So the final course of 237 degrees. and a final of 237 degrees. And again, these are the Jepson charts out of Navigraph, and you can see they're extremely accurate. They work extremely well in conjunction with Microsoft Flight Simulator, X-Plane 11, just about any flight simulator that would have an AirAct data cycle in your flight management computer line up with these charts just phenomenally. They do cost a little bit of money. It's about $8 or $9 a month, or you can get the yearly package for $11 or $12. No, that's not right. $110 or $112, something like that, I think. You might get a month free out of the deal. It's not much of a deal, but you don't have to worry about the recurring monthly payment. That's what I do. And I was very on the fence about getting Navigraph in the beginning. Was not sure at all if that's what I wanted to get. But once I got it, I was struggling to get charts to all the places I wanted to fly. Trying to find free charts was such a pain. I couldn't find it. And once I finally bit the bullet and got Navigraph, my whole world changed. It was absolutely the most worth it investment that I could for flying a flight simulator, next to the Thrustmaster Airbus Officer Pack. One of the next goals for this stream is to get the Captain's add-on. So we want to get the speed brake lever, and we want to get the flaps lever. So we don't have that as of yet. Right now, all we have are the thrust levers and the engine starter switch and the engine 1 and engine 2 start switch. The engine mode switch as well. Sorry for that. So that's all we have now. We have the Airbus joystick, as you guys have seen probably in other reviews or online, and they work quite well. So we've passed our top of descent here, so we're going to go down 280, and that's okay. We've given ourselves lots of room extra anyway. So 280 and open descent. Oh, let's try and get that. Open descent, and we're still holding Mach decimal 80. So the other thing we could do is actually just hit that back to managed. Let the aircraft do its magic. We will bring the primary flight display radar up in range quite a bit, from 320 miles to 80 miles. So we're going to turn on the constraints. We're going to see what's here. So 280 curves. 29 away, so there's 280. So let's make sure we get down. It says it's going to take 27 miles, and we're 27 away, so we better make sure we get there. 3 degrees is going to be quite hefty. That's going to be about 2,700 feet per minute. So as long as we're doing more than 2,700 feet per minute, which we are now, 3,000 feet per minute, which is still okay, we will make that restriction of curves. Looks like the FlyLive bar is still working. That's excellent news. So we'll just get ourselves prepared for oops, did I exit Navigraph? I did not mean to do that. So let's just pull up the flight that we had. Hopefully it's still here. Yes, it is. So here we are in the Impact 3. So after Kurds, the next flight restriction is Mach. So we'll just jot that down quickly. So there's Mach at flight level 240. So that's only another 4,000 feet down, and it's about 44 miles. So that's not going to be a problem at Mach at all. So we're nothing to worry about there. And after that is going to be halves. Halves at 16,000. And it is 16,000, not flight level 240. You can see it is written here accurately on the charts because the transition is 18,000 feet, and then MIDIG at 9,000. So that's another one. We'll find that one, come back to that one here. So 310 or 320, and Kurds is 280. 12 miles away, and it's going to take us 11 miles. So we're right on profile. We got to make sure we maintain this profile. We could use a little bit of speed brake, but I don't think that we need it given it's only 2,000 feet away. We are in open descent, and we're right on profile, like I said. I'm sure it's going to capture Alt-Star very shortly, and we're only 8 miles away. But we are 2,000 feet, dropping at 2,300 feet per minute now, so that's a little bit above the profile. It's not exactly what I'm looking for, so we're probably going to end up a little high. That's because the aircraft's in managed mode and is trying to maintain this speed. Either that, and again, I'm not a real world airports pilot, and actually, since I don't have a speed set, it won't try and manage that speed. What I'm assuming it's doing is it realizes it's getting close to 280 and 3,000 feet per minute. Even that's too much for alt star. I guess it's like a pre-alt star, if I had to guess. Here's 2,900, and Kurds is 2 miles away. We're 1,000 feet high. So we are going to miss this. We'll throw out the speed brakes for just a minute. We shouldn't need it. There's speed alt star. So the airplane will level out to 280. So that's okay. We're 600 feet high as we pass Kurds. 500 feet. It's not 50. It's okay with me. It's okay with you. We're going to go ahead and serve one more round of drinks to everybody. Unfortunately, we can't serve another meal. It's disappointing. And guys, we might get lucky. We might have Montreal Tower online, and we have a Montreal ATIS. Guys, this is wonderful. So Montreal ATIS Information Zulu has approach ILS 24 left, which is what we have planned. Light rain. Wind is 250 at 19, gusting 2.8. So we will change that a little bit. I think we had 230 at 19. Temperature is 16 degrees Celsius and altimeter is 2957. So the rest of that is the same. So we're just going to go in and change the wind a little bit. So we are descending. It won't take more than 13 miles to get to 240, maybe a little more, so we'll do about 20. And what we will do is put in ETMOC. So that's our situational awareness. We are 29 away from ETMOC, and we're going to start descending in about 20 when we're 20 miles from ETMOC, so in about 7-8 miles. In the meantime, we'll go back to the performance page, just update our, oopsie, too far, we'll just update our approach. That was 250 at 19, gusting 28, so we'll put in 21. And again, that's something I do, it just cheats a little bit because I'd rather come in a little bit faster and use the brakes a little hotter. I'm not trying to save them. That way, if we do get a gust, we won't be unprepared. We won't float a little bit or have any problems. So, I think we're probably ready to go down. So let's just go ahead and go down to flight level 240. And there's no speed restrictions at ETMOC. Montreal Tower is going to be 119.9, so I'm going to get that ready. And I'm actually going to adjust the cabin. Oh, I never told the cabin that I reached cruise. I figured it did that.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, just to let you know, we've reached our cruise level. We're not anticipating any delays, so hopefully we will have you at your destination on time, as planned. As the cabin crew make their way around the aircraft, please make sure the aisles are clear of any items. And I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight. Thank you.
So that's my fault. I'm still getting used to self-loading cargo. I guess I was supposed to do that because I didn't fly to 390 today as I told it we were going to. So because 370 became our cruise, I was supposed to override that and make it, and now here it knows that we're going down.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, you may have noticed we have just begun descending to our destination. We're not expecting any delay at this time, so should have you on the ground in the next 20 minutes or so. If you could assist the cabin crew by tidying your tray and handing them any letters to come around, that would be most appreciated. And please make sure to fasten your seatbelts. For safety reasons, please turn off all electronic devices or switch them into airplane mode until after we've landed. Please also note that the aircraft toilets will shortly be out of use. Thank you.
So I have to figure out what that autopilot sounding beep was, because it isn't managed and it isn't open descent. Oh, it's gone to it's changed mode, so that's what it's saying. So if I click down to open descent now, flight level 160 blue, or 16,000 feet blue. So we have left. It was going. We have to be at 16,000 at halves. Halves is 27 away. It's going to take us 24. It's only 3 miles difference. And we don't need to slow down yet because that's still above 10,000 feet. So the speed restriction is going to be 250 knots at and below 10,000 feet. So as we get to 10,000 feet, especially with the tailwind, we're going to have to incorporate a little bit of extra room. Normally it would take me, it would take us about 5 or 6 knots, 5 or 6 miles to drop down from 290 knots, but here it'll probably take us about 10 or 11. We still have a 72 knot tailwind. It's coming in from the right side, and you can see here as displayed on the primary flight display, the aircraft autopilot is pitching to the right into the wind. So the wind is pushing it to maintain this this course of about 0.75. Anyway, flight level 210, we're passing 2,200 feet per minute, and that would be indicative of a ground speed of about 400, and now it's gone up. Yeah, it's floating around 2,200 feet per minute, 2,300 feet per minute. So that would be about 440, 50 knots to maintain 3 degrees. So we're actually descending just slightly below it, which is helping us with the wind, which is trying to maintain our angle. But we're getting the airplane down. So 13 miles left to go to halves. And see, we had how many? About 3 or 4 before, and now we're down to about 1 or 2. So 11 miles will get us right there on halves. So Middig is going to be the next one. So we want to make sure that we can get there. So let's continue what we're doing. Let's put in Middig because it's the next restriction. It's going to be 36 away, and we need to be at 9,000. So on top of the 9,000, we also need to have 10 miles of room to slow down. 10 to 11. So we want this to be about 40, 41, and it's 35. So 36. We need to keep going down. We need to continue down to 9,000. And we're going to monitor this closely for a second. We're going to not chat for a minute, and we're going to see if we need speed brakes. So this says not below 16,000. I don't believe, oh, here's the pressure, and this is where we're going to get lucky, because as we pull the QNH, I'm going to roll this down to 2.9.57, and look at the altitude we're dropping. As the QNH lowers, it's still going down. We're at 7066, 2.9.57, there it is, and now we're down to 16,600 feet. Let's check out what this says. 23 miles to get down to our required, and all of a sudden we are right on and below profile. So what we can even do is maintain that at about 16 just for a minute, just so we maintain the restriction. That's okay, we blew it, we pushed the wrong button. Let's keep going down. Let's not disrupt the aircraft too much. We didn't get the engines to idle up. Continue down. Keep it on open thrust. Idle thrust, rather. Lots of fuel, 5,100 kilograms left. We'll land with well over 4,500. More than we probably needed, which is fine. We had quite a tailwind, even though we upped the speed. So we've passed our restriction 16,000, even though we're well below it. So let's roll back the distance a little more. 14,500 feet. We're in QNH. we can actually get the backup altimeter as well, 2957. So that's very important. So now it's about the time where we want to try and pull another ATIS. 2957. Oh, they've made that better. Okay, perfect. So we are going to go to the McDo menu. No. The ATL-CYUL menu, the AOC menu, and get another weather request and send that off. And then we're going to wait and get receive message. There we are, we've received the message. There's the new one on top. We've gotten it about 22 minutes later. And let's see. 0100 Zulu. So it has changed. It is a new update. But what we don't need, I've forgotten, ATC's online. We have a Vatsim ATIS. ATIS is Information Foxtrot. ILS 24 left, which is displayed here on the top, and we're still descending 9,000, so 11,000 feet. We're starting to come down through the clouds a little bit, and it is raining, so what we're going to do is turn on the engine ice, engine 2 and engine 1. We might not need that now, at the moment. We're going to turn it on, we're descending through the clouds. It's only 16 degrees on the ground in Montreal, which is above the standard requirement needed for engine ice. It's 10 degrees. 10 degrees or below, you turn on the engine ice in the Airbus. However, going through the clouds at this relatively low temperature, outside it's 4 degrees, negative 4 degrees Celsius, and dropping, I'm going to keep the engine ice on. And if I get an ice warning, I will turn on the wing ice. But for now, I've got some flickering. I'm not sure what that's about. The aircraft jostling around quite a little bit. We're passing 10,500 feet. So what I'm going to do, what the aircraft is doing, all by its own, is slowing. It's been slowing to 250. And so we've used the distance that we said, the 10 miles. It's 7 to Midig, and we need 4. So what we did is use 7 nautical miles. I gave room for 10. I said that it would normally take about 8. Even with the tailwind, it still got there. I don't believe I have the speed brake on. I don't. So this Airbus is just wonderful. So self-loading cargo is going to... So let's not forget that Montreal Tower is online. And let's find out one last time if the FlyLive Studio Bar is working. It's not. So we're going to give it one more last kick. And then it's working now. So hopefully that works until landing. Tower's 119.9, so I'm actually going to go ahead and load that up right now. We're going to turn on the LS mode, so we are at 9,000 feet. We're going to start and descend 4,000. Oops, 4,000. So there's 4,000. Let's double check that there's no speed restrictions. It is 210. So what we're going to do also,
please prepare the cabin for land, thank you.
in a very short amount of time, is activate the approach phase, and that's going to slow us down to green dots. So let's just see what happens here for just a minute. Okay, guys. Oh. Alright guys, so we're down below 7,000, we need to be 4,000 and 210 knots. We've activated the approach phase, and green dot speed is actually 220. So what we're going to do is keep rolling this down to 210. We've thrown out the speed brake because we're coming in a little high and a little fast. That's okay. I'm not worried. Tower doesn't have to be contacted until we're on final. There's no approach that I need to inform. ATIS information is now golf. I'll keep that in mind and see what the new changes are. Well, we get down 260 at 13 is the new wind. Temperature is 15. Altimeter is 295. So the altimeter is the same, which is the important part. The wind's changed just a little bit. So what we will do is, because it is so high, I would like to make a change here. So 260 at 14. We'll do that because it's gusting a little bit as well. And the temperature is down to 15. So there, that's fine. So now what we're going to also do is CYUL 24 left. So there's the distance to the threshold of 24 left. It says 10 miles now, but we're going away from it. We're almost down at 4,000. So what we're going to do is throw out the flaps because we're high. We're at the right speed, but we're still high. So we need to be down at 3,000 before we turn in. So we're still high. That's because of the wind. It's okay. So what we're going to do, because we're high, we're only passing 5,000 now. I would report to the approach controller this. And I'm just going to extend my downwind. So the good thing is I am dealing with a 30 knot tailwind right now. That's the downwind. When I make that turn and start coming towards the runway, that will be a 30 knot headwind. And that's going to help us descend. That's going to help us land. That's going to be right on the money. And it looks like that's going to bleed off to about 14 knots. So it says ice is not detected. We still have the speed brake out. We can go ahead and flick that off now. We did go flaps 1 somewhere in there. So what we're going to do, we're passing 4,000 feet now. We do need to continue down. We do need to continue down to 3,000. But what I think I'm going to do is make a turn to, and this is a little bit hard to judge, but I'll make a turn to a heading of a 160. Right turn. Oh no, that's the wrong way. Let's go into heading mode. And we'll make a right turn of about 160. And now I'm going to make my first Unicom announcement in just a minute once I get my bearings here. So 160. You know what? I'm not going to make any Unicom announcements because tower is quite close, and I haven't heard anyone else make any. Oh, I haven't been on Unicom, but that's okay. So there's 160. We'll hold that heading. We're at 3,000 now because as we've turned, we've also increased the drag on the airplane and we've increased our rate of descent. Speed still 210, that's fine. So what we can actually do now in flaps 1 is if I hit manage, we'll slow down to about 200 knots. And that's what I want to do. I've been a little high at the moment. I've been a little fast on this approach. And now what I'm going to do is keep the right turn going of about 220, 230 to intercept the localizer. 230 might be a bit much. I think 220 would be preferable. Maybe 21. Let's go with 220. We're gonna switch. Are we on tower? 119.9. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna activate the localizer mode. So now the aircraft is searching for the localizer. We're on an intercept heading 220, and when we see Alt star, or pardon me, See, localizer in blue is here, so it's trying to capture in blue. So when we see lock star, we'll know that it's captured. The purple diamond here indicates our vertical height. So when that starts coming down, we'll switch over to the approach mode. Our speed's good, we're 200 knots. It's a little bit slower than maybe we need it to be, but if there's no traffic around us, this will be all right. We're a little far away, that's why this is taking so long here. I gave myself a longer downwind than I needed, and I've turned myself in a bit shallow. So if I really wanted to capture it, I could turn left now, just a little bit. But we're not in any hurry because the vertical profile is still above us. 200 knots, we're in managed speed, and I am on heading mode. But as soon as lock star, as soon as this mode changes, it will override that. And there it is, lock star. It's captured the localizer. You can see the lateral indicator is moving over towards center, towards the yellow indicator, and it's dragging us on. So what we want to do is contact tower, and we want to let him know that we're established runway 24 left. Montreal Tower, good evening. Air Canada 1013, we're established runway 24 left on a 11-mile final.
Air Canada 1013, Montreal Tower, good evening. Winds at 260 at 13, gusting 21. Clear to land, runway 24 left. 24 right, sorry.
24 left, please, sir. We have Gulf as well. Air Canada 1013.
Yeah, 24 left, my mistake.
That's no problem. Clear to land, 24 left with Gulf, Air Canada 1013. Okay, guys, we have our landing clearance. So let's turn on the runway lights. Let's turn on the taxi lights. We're clear to land. So what else we're going to do is actually go ahead and ping the cabin in the sim.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
And I'm going to do seats for landing in self-loading cargo as well. Let's see.
Cabin crew, please take your seats forward. Thank you.
We've captured the glide slope. We're 8 miles out. Let's lower the gear. And we can go flaps too. Oh, we're right at the top of that, but we should start slowing down nicely now. The flaps are going to give us some drag. We don't have any ice detected there, but again, we're going to leave the engine ice on. It's raining, we're in clouds, and I don't want any ice forming after we turn that off. So landing, before landing checklist, so we're going to go seatbelt signs are on, landing lights on, taxi light on, cabin has been notified. Let's arm the ground spoilers, and let's set auto brake to low. That's what we asked for. We will get to flaps, so landing checklist about to the line. My line is completed, and we'll do below the line landing checklist shortly. So we're going to switch this over to landing LS mode, landing system mode, and you can see we're right on the profile there. We're going to engage autopilot 2 because it's going to be an auto land today. Autopilot 1 and 2, and we're passing 1,500 feet. And remember we said the cloud layer was at 1,500 feet? Look at that, we can start to see the runway. We're less than 4 miles away, so let's go flaps 3 and flaps full. So landing checklist below the line, flaps full, confirmed. Landing gear down, 3 green, cabin notified. Flaps armed, and TCAS set to below. We're clear to land. Landing clearance is confirmed. That's my own landing checklist. I'm going to find a more professional one. I don't use it. Most of them are my own setup ones, and I don't usually have to vocalize them on my stream, but now that this is becoming a little bit more regular and I'm doing it a little bit better, I think I will get a little bit more professional charts, just to make this a little bit more real ops. So there's the 1000 call out radio altimeter. We can see the runway just ahead. It's coming in and out of the clouds. And let's take a moment right now to see where we're gonna go. 24 left, we're gonna land and go over to here. So we're gonna land 24 left, taxi all the way down, come off probably Alpha 4, go Alpha Mike to the ramp. So if we just get parking really quickly, maybe gate 9. 500 feet. We're clear to land. Landing checklist is complete. Not much we need to worry about today. Not much we're going to do because I still can't see the runway. There it is. We've got 14 knot winds, and I want to get these passengers down safely. It's raining. I still don't have a lot of visibility on the runway, so we're just going to focus on landing here. I will take over control as soon as we land. I'll slow the aircraft. We'll deploy auto brake low, which it will do that, and I will deploy thrust reversals. Minimum continue. We're a little bit low. But I think it's okay. There's the landing zone, and there's the center line. We're perfect on 50-40. There's flare.
20. 10. Retard.
There's retard. Retard the engines. 5. Center line. And nose down. Thrust reverse idle. And I'm going to hold the nose down just a bit. We have deceleration confirmed. I'm going to take over 80 knots manual braking. Auto brake is off. And we're going to continue. 50 knots. Side stick to neutral. And we're going to retract the flaps.
1013, welcome to Montreal. Do you have a gate tonight?
We can take something close in the terminal, maybe number 9. Thank you for the warm welcome.
Okay, so taxi to the end of the runway, the apron to gate number 9.
Alright, we'll taxi down the runway, 24 left, make a right onto the apron to gate 9. Thanks so much, Air Canada 1013. That was very nice. Warm welcome into Montreal. It's always so nice coming here. When I was learning to fly, this is actually where I would come. I would go back and forth between Toronto and Montreal and back and forth. And then when I first started on Vatsim, I would do the same things. Once I thought I was comfortable flying back and forth from Toronto to Montreal, I found out I had no idea what I was doing and how I was supposed to fly from Toronto to Montreal and back and forth. And then I got the charts. And I got the proper procedures, and then Vatsim became a lot easier, and they all started to enjoy me on the network just as much as I enjoyed them, because I was following the rules and making their life easier, and my life was easier because of it. So again, guys, I don't mean to be too much of promotion for Navigraph charts and Vatsim. Well, Navigraph charts will continue. I don't mean to be too much of a promotion, but Vatsim, it's absolutely free. It's an incredible app. It just changes the complete dynamic of my flight.
I realized I didn't know anything, and without being too much enjoying talking to other people, I'm learning about the real life procedures, and I'm learning about how to talk to ATC, and I'm getting comfortable as I'm doing it. And even though I'm making some mistakes, you get some very nice controllers, especially in Canada and especially here out of Montreal, who are more than happy to teach, to assist. And you can see how friendly this gentleman was. Somebody I think was on the tower earlier for something like 6 hours. So we've got some great ATC here in Canada and in Montreal. So it's wonderful to see, and I'm glad to be back here. So we're going to turn off the lights so we don't make everybody too mad, and we're going to stop right here on the yellow line. Perfect. We're going to set the parking brake. You know what? I made a little boo-boo, and I did start the APU. So we're going to sit here just for a second under engine power. We're going to get the jetway and the external power connected. Why does it always do that? There we go. So at least we have a jetway to disemboard the passengers, and there's the sound of the APU came on there. Well, we'll turn on the external, so we know we've got it. So we'll turn off the engines, engine 2, engine 1, and we'll turn off the fuel pumps. Microsoft logbook. Thank you. 2 hours, 1 minute flight. We got a nice landing report from self-loading cargo. Here it is. That's the auto land, 160 feet per minute. So let's double check that this is
doors to manual, please. Cabin crew, the aircraft is secure. Please open doors. Thank you.
So it looks like we're still having issues there. Try once more with that. We can turn off the beacon now. We can turn off the strobe now. We'll keep everything off except that. And let's get the jetway back. Sorry guys, we're just trying to make self-loading cargo work here properly, and we'll have a bit of a debrief. It's been a nice landing, and then we'll say goodbye to ATC. So there we go, it's realized the doors are open this time. That's excellent. If we go here to doors, we've got the cabin and the cargo door open. So we're going to start deboarding the passengers.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit once again, I hope you enjoyed your flight with us today. On behalf of myself, the first officer, and the cabin crew, we wish you a safe and pleasant journey from the airport and hope to see you again soon. Thanks for flying with us.
Alright guys, he couldn't have said it better. I couldn't have said it better than him. I really do appreciate it. That was a great landing. I know it was an auto land, but it was quite ugly out. We couldn't see a thing down to about 600 feet above the runway, and we still managed to have a safe landing. And that's thanks to the wonderful computers and the wonderful engineering of the Airbus A320. We managed to have 160 feet per minute landing at only 1 G, so it was quite soft for the passengers. And we're just going to thank the Montreal Tower here. So give us a second. Montreal Tower, Air Canada 1013. We're going to shut down and park here, disconnect. Just want to say thanks for coming on. It's always a pleasure here in Montreal. You guys are the best. Thank you. I hope he heard that one. Oh, I've changed frequencies. How did that happen? So what I'll do is just switch back over to him and tell him that again. It won't be the same because I don't have that written down. Montreal Tower, Air Canada 1013. We're parked, gonna shut down and disconnect here. I just wanted to say thanks for being online. Thanks for coming on. It's always a pleasure to come into Montreal. Have a great night.
And thanks for flying into Montreal. It was my pleasure to serve you, and see you another time.
We'll see you again. Thanks. Take care. Okay guys, so that's it. We've got rid of our responsibilities to the Vatsim network. We are still connected here. There's not too much traffic around. Now, I hope the FlyLive bar worked. Guys, I know that's a continued struggle. I didn't see a landing rate. I'm not sure if it popped up. Did you guys see it? I'll have to look back on the stream. I don't think I saw it. Not sure if it worked. I wouldn't know how to check that anyway. So we'll keep that on for a minute. Hopefully when I scroll back it'll tell me. So the noises you're hearing are the cleaning and the unloading of the aircraft. That's I guess that's the cabin crew vacuuming. So yeah, that's quite excellent. Cargo unloading is in progress. There's still 53 items, and that's the ground of the tech report. So I think there's more to this. I'm not sure where. Oh shoot. Where the rest of it went. There's a fuel flight report, and this is what you get after the flight. So I guess it's already unloaded all the passengers. I got an A+. It was a great landing. And I got a 82.7% passenger rating. So that was very high throughout the flight. Problem was, I think, was with the food. A lot of them were very hungry. I served food in the beginning, and I wasn't able to do it again. So, flight summary, this was a perfect flight. I communicated effectively with the cabin. My landing was good, and passengers were slightly happier after flying with me, so good work. Scheduled departure was 23:40. So this is nice and early. Result was on time. Scheduled arrival was 1:48, and I got here 1:46. So even though I left like 20 minutes early with the tailwinds, I only just got here. So that's quite good. As for airmanship, I mean, I have to give it to fly-by-wire. It makes me look excellent. So most of that was autopilot. I did take off. I did hand fly for the first 3,000 feet until we started to make the left turn on the route. But yeah, guys, that's the flight report. So that's our flight today. I do appreciate you guys flying with me. It's been about 2 hours, a little bit more than that. Actually, the stream's been about 3 hours for those of you that have been following along. The flight was 2 hours, and we had about a 30-40 minute setup. So for those of you that watched, I really appreciate it. For those of you that piped in and said hello again, thanks for watching. We'll be back again. This has been much better. The flybar worked for part of the flight. We had self-loading cargo. That was awesome. That was excellent. We'll keep using that. That was really fun. We'll see how that works on longer flights. We'll see what kind of settings there are in that, and we can make a few changes. Yeah, we'll exit self-loading cargo. That was great, thanks. And you can hear that they've turned off the vacuums now. So there's no more ATC, guys. There's not much in Montreal. I'll leave it on as we do our usual goodbye. Thanks everybody for coming, for watching. We appreciate it. I hope you learned something. I know we had a few moments away from the cockpit, such as the busy life. Again, you guys are great. Every comment, I'll get back to it, and have a safe day and a safe flying. Have a great day.